Hey guys, I just wanted to record another video. I'm actually outside walking. I do that every night. I just go for a walk while my husband plays with the dog. I can't handle him anymore. He's way too heavy for me, so he just throws a frisbee around. And I just walk every night just to be peaceful and whatnot. Anyway, so I wanted to make a video about calories. Something super simple, but a lot of people seem to get kind of confused by it. What I wanted to talk about is, do calories matter, and also at what point do calories not work anymore. So again, I like to make these videos really short and brief, but you know, informative. So what I do want to talk about was in the beginning of fat loss, calories, if you set a calorie amount and you follow them, you could easily lose weight if you're being on point with them. So for example, let's just say if you're going to lose fat on 1500 calories and you eat 1500 calories no matter what it consists of, meaning you could fill up those calories with carbohydrates, a lot of protein, little protein, low carb, high carb, however you want to do it. At the end of the day, if you're not eating more than 1500, you will lose weight. So however, at some point you'll start to see that it doesn't work anymore, and a lot of girls, mainly girls, a lot of guys don't really do this, but a lot of girls will cut back even further. So meaning if they're eating 1500, they're not losing weight anymore, they start cutting further and further and further, and then until they're at like 1100 calories, and then they're wondering why some of them are gaining weight or they're not losing any more weight and they're eating so little calories. So what happens with that is your metabolism starts dropping, and what you're doing is you're actually creating a metabolism that is not very functional, so it doesn't burn a lot of fat. And what ends up happening is you're telling your body to strive on less calories. So how do you expect it to lose even more fat? You got to drop even further. But on a how should I say, on a performance level, or just like healthy lifestyle, balance hormones, all that, it is not healthy to go under those calories. Typically for a female, under 1200 is not healthy at all. Should not go under 1200. That's pretty bad. If you're at 1200, you really need to rethink what you're eating. If your trainer or someone you're working with telling you 1200 calories, that is totally wrong. I don't care if you're 4'11", 5'1". It's very rare that a woman needs to go on 1200 calories unless they're doing some type of competition. It's only for like a month period of time, but for long term, that's just very detrimental to your health. So really rethink that, or contact me and I can help you out. But anyway, so the way it works is, if you set a calorie amount and you follow that, and you find yourself that you're not losing fat anymore, what you need to start looking on is your macronutrients. What your macronutrients are is your fats, your carbohydrates, and your protein. So what you need to do is, if you set a calorie amount at a certain point in your fat loss, it starts to matter where those calories come from. So if you're somebody that's just counting calories only, in the beginning you will lose fat. You'll be like, cool, I'm on a roll, right? And then at one point it starts to stall, which is what we call plateauing. So what ends up happening is, what you're eating is what's determining how your body composition looks. So if you are weight training and you're just eating 1500 calories, how your body looks is determined by the food you're giving it. So if you ate 1500 calories worth of Twinkies, technically speaking, on a calorie level, you should be losing fat. And there's actually a guy out there who did a research on losing weight off 1500 calories worth of Twinkies, and it wasn't because Twinkies made him lose weight. It's because he was in a deficit. He was eating less than he burned. He burned a lot more calories than he was eating, so of course he was losing. But in the long term, his body wouldn't look the way he wanted to if he was weight training, or just for health purposes. It wouldn't look the way he probably would want to, but he just did it as a point. So I get his point. Anywho, so with that said, at some point you do need to figure out where those calories are coming from. So a lot of the times when my clients are new, I like to have them learn about calories and learn what their foods are looking like, portions, and also to have them just have an idea of what being in control of their calorie intake is. Once they get to that point, they start to see that what they're actually eating actually starts to matter. Like for example, if they notice that they're eating too many carbohydrates, they're like, you know, I'm not getting full enough. So then they realize that upping their protein intake is actually helping them feel satiated. So with that said, they start to realize that the macronutrients, the protein, carbs, and fat balance actually starts to matter. So with that said, what I want you to take from that is set a calorie amount that you need. And then from there, what you want to do is you want to break down, based on your goals and your lifestyle, what those calories will consist of. So for example, if someone tells you, okay, you're going to eat 2,000 calories a day, this is what's going to help you lose fat. From there, what you would do is you would set a certain amount of those calories for protein, typically about 1 gram per pound. Then from there, you would figure out how active you are. Then you would figure out how many grams of carbohydrates you need. Then you take away those calories from those 2,000. And then what you do is you figure out how much fats you need. So then you have a breakdown of fats, protein, and carbs for your specific needs. And then from there, you would total up the calories, which should equal out 2,000. So what that means is calories do work in the beginning, but at some point, it doesn't work anymore. At some point, you will stall because what those calories consist of starts to matter, and that starts to come down to like the nitty-gritty. And if you're weight training and you're really serious about your fat loss, you'll start to figure that out very, very quickly. And the bad thing to do is go lower in calories. The good thing to do is let's first swap out what those calories are consisting of and really focus on what the foods are made out of that will equal the total caloric intake. So what I want you to take away from this is, yes, calories do work. However, not all calories are created equal. So you'll lose fat in the beginning. However, at some point, your body's gonna ask you, okay, I really need the breakdown of nutrients in order to do what you're asking me, whether it's build muscle, lose fat, or whether you're an endurance athlete, or you're just an everyday gym goer, or even just a stay-at-home mom, you're just trying to maintain a healthy body weight. So keep that in mind, and don't always just focus on calories. Really focus on where those foods are coming from, and I guarantee that you will definitely see that you'll progress a lot much better and a lot healthier too, rather than being calorie focused. More focus on the macronutrient aspect. Okay, well, it's getting kind of dark and this video is getting long, so I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, email me afit_training@outlook.com, or my Facebook, facebook.com/afittraining. That's about it. Have a good night. Bye.